After returning to the Wizarding World, what specific memories does it bring back from onset?
What memories does it bring back?
More about seeing these guys for me. I haven't seen them for months? Years? A while. But within 5 minutes of getting back with each other, it's the same old banter and terrible jokes that we told 10 years ago. So it's a combination of the place and the people, I think.
Yeah, and for me, I mean, I've seen these guys grow up. When we first worked on the films, I was taller than they were. So I've seen them grow up and kind of go on to forge careers, and it's fantastic. So it's always nice to see each other again and relive the happy times. Because when you make a film, you do become quite close with the cast and the crew, and you're all working together through quite tough conditions, sometimes long hours, and so you kind of become a real close-knit family group. And it was sad when it was all over, but at that point, you didn't know we were going to keep seeing each other at various launches of places like this. So it's really nice.
I guess seeing that there's snow on the rooftops here in Southern California, that's a bit different. But it always happened whenever, especially Oliver and myself, whenever we filmed something which was set in the winter, and we'd have to wear all the scarves, the hats, 2 jackets, all that stuff. It was always on the hottest days of the year. Actually, the one in the third movie, when Fred and George give Harry the Marauder's map, again, we're all in that, and that was actually the hottest day on record in the UK. So, being here and it's hot and there's snow, I'm reminded straight away of when we were filming.
Thank you. I think, for me, it brings back being a total fangirl, because I go into the shops and I want everything. Because if I go in there and they're like, oh, have whatever you want. I'm just like, if you had told my 10-year-old self this, I would not have believed you. And I kind of have to restrain myself because I can't wear this stuff anymore. I'll just be teased for it. But I've like 4 Hogwarts jumpers that I love, but yeah, I can't wear them anywhere. It's good pajamas though.
Being a theme park, there's obviously some amazing merchandise available. Sorry, I have a bit of a voice. If you had an invisibility cloak and the ability to nick something from one of the shops here, is there anything particular that you'd love to be able to take home?
I would take, I think they probably have one here, the replica of the Sword of Gryffindor. I'm particularly fond of that for many reasons. The Gryffindor in me comes roaring to the surface when I see that, so yeah, I'll take that. Thank you.
I would like the entire selection of pygmy puffs. I would like to make a duvet of all of them. I think that would be the height of luxury.
I'd probably borrow the hologram of, when you go into the Forbidden Journey, there's a hologram. So I may follow the hologram of Rupert and stick it outside his door, ring his doorbell and just see it.
For me, I'd probably something from Filch's Emporium, like the robes or the scarves or something, and just have a load in supply when it comes to Christmas time. And you think, oh, I've got that right present. Have a Hogwarts.
Perfect.
I would take Warwick. There's too much good stuff to choose, really. I mean, I'm a bit of a geek. I think I've borrowed 5 or 6 books in the last few days, so yeah. A lot of good stuff.
What else would you like to see from California?
What I like to see in the world?
Yeah, just like
No. I'd love if they explored more of like Harry's parents' generation, their world. I think everyone was really hoping for that. We know there was all that not a prequel thing. I was always very curious about them, and I always really felt for Harry not being able to know his parents and just hearing about it through others' experiences. I just think that's interesting.
I'd really love a spin-off of the Weasleys Visiting Weasleys, maybe a long-running series. That would be great. If anyone from Warner Bros is watching,
Hi, who do you guys think would make a better president, Voldemort or Donald Trump?
I'm not legally allowed to vote in these states, so I'm not going to answer that question.
No comment.
So of course the whole thing Harry Potter was very ridiculous to transport into the magical world. It's cool that you guys want to be in it. So, coming here now, what would you say is the most magical part for you? Have you been part of the films now? Can you see it on this level?
I mean, for me, the most magical thing is seeing guests come through here and watching their faces. That's what I enjoy. You know, tomorrow we'll see that when we open the gates for the first time to guests in the park and watch them come in. That for me is truly magical. Seeing people's faces, the wonder and the awe and the excitement that they'll be experiencing. You know, that's fantastic.
It's definitely a reminder of how lucky we were to call this place home or something like this for a few years.
Definitely, yeah.
It's also a reminder that those are the people that built this. You know, we were on the credit end, but for people that went to all the midnight screenings, and even Evanna talking about how passionate she was about the films. This is what this place is all about. It gives those people a chance to live it and breathe it, and taste it, and drink it. It's a pretty cool experience.
Definitely, yeah, and also there's a chance here where if you have a certain wand, you can do spells for the window displays. So that's pretty cool to instead of just doing it and then waiting for some guy with a tennis ball to do that. You see it in the film, whereas now that actually happens. But it does only happen here in the Wizarding World. You can't go home and do it because obviously you're then in the Muggle world. So.
And there was a story of a lady. She had an interactive wand here in the Wizarding World and took it home, and then came back the next day demanding her money back. It didn't work. I think she was trying to do the washing up with it and stuff. But yeah, then you shouldn't do magic outside of the Wizarding World, so that's one of them.
Have you tried out the interactive wand? What's been your favorite style doing it here? Style?
I can't actually remember the name of it, but there's one just outside of Honeydukes where you can. It's quite a simple movement with the wand.
Ravello, I think.
Ravello, that's it. Yeah, very good. And and it works quite cool to see. I haven't been to the others because I know there's a few ones which are a bit off the map type thing. So I may have to do that later before tomorrow when it just gets packed with everything.
I wasn't very good. Apparently Warwick didn't teach us very well.
Yes. And, embarrassingly so, earlier on I was trying to activate one of them, and I think I've lost my nice wrist movement in my later years. So, it takes a bit of practice, but that's the challenge, isn't it? Going around and keep trying until you perfect it.
Absolutely.
After seeing the films, do you believe that it's important that anyone planning on visiting the Harry Potter world read the books or watch the movies?
No, I don't think you need to have done either before you come here necessarily. That's the beauty of it. You can explore and find out about the characters and things through this environment if you wish. But I suppose having seen the films and read the books first would enhance that as well. So,
Reading them and watching them would definitely deepen your appreciation. I know some people, I have some friends who still haven't read them, I don't know how. I actually have a sister who hasn't read them. And they go here and they get really excited. She's totally embraced her Slytherin side, and that's actually an insult I used to use when she really annoyed me. I'd say, "You're such a Slytherin," and she came here and she got really into it and really proud of being a Slytherin. So I think it's both. Obviously, you'll notice things more when you've read the books, but also they can be a way of bringing you into the world and welcoming you into it.
I guess if you haven't seen any or know anything about it, you're kind of like Harry in the first one. Like you come straight into the world and what's that? And I guarantee 20 people within a 2-yard radius can tell you what things are. So that's what we've seen in other parks, is that the fans are so interactive with each other. Like people from Brazil chat with people from Canada, and they all have the same appreciation for the same world. So you don't really need to know anything about it, but everyone says you have a bit more appreciation.
Do you find, since you were known on screen with ginger hair, that you get to walk through the world incognito and people don't know who you are?
Well, to a point, but then some people think that they don't say they see us. They may not say, "Oh, it's Fred and George." They'll say, "Hey, I went to school with you, didn't I?" And then you've got that weird moment. Do you let on or do you don't? See, sometimes we play along with it, and then halfway through, it'll suddenly clip, and it gets really awkward.
I have big ears and a big nose in the film. I can't get away with walking around here. I don't know why.
What's your face?
more the fact that when you walk in and you see Hogwarts in all its glory from down here. I remember reading how it was, how obviously it was all at the base of, Hogsmeade was at the base of Hogwarts Castle, and seeing that from here is just, takes me right back to reading about it and seeing it in the films. And it's hard to believe that we're in Southern California when you see that.
I would maybe be going to Ollivanders. Everyone sees that and they think, I'd quite like a wand, but you can have the experience where the wand chooses you, and so that's quite a pretty cool thing to do.
Dobby, I like Dobby. He's missing actually from the park. We should have him wandering around in a suit. Yeah, I just loved all the creatures, and especially like on set they had a magical creatures department, and they really looked so realistic. And they had it that when you walked in, there was what was it, the dragons coming at you. So it was really like, and it looked scary, and I could never bring my friends in like spiders in there. It's creepy.
Let's think. Alright. There's so much to choose from, isn't there? And as you walk around, there's just loads of stuff to see and do. And every time I come, I see different things that I hadn't noticed before. And that's what it's all about, exploring and discovering, and that being part of your adventure here. And each time you come, that can be a little bit different.
What's yours, lovely? Do you have one? Hippogriff?
Yeah, it's
pretty awesome, isn't it? Well, that's my favourite thing too.